Hey friends, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going on an awesome adventure back in time to meet a super cool hero named Othniel. Have you ever heard of him? He was the very first judge of Israel, kind of like a superhero leader chosen by God. So, imagine this. After the time of Joshua, the people of Israel started forgetting about God and making some not-so-great choices. Because of this, a king from a faraway land, named Cushan Rishathaim, came and became their boss for 8 long years. The people were so sad and cried out to God for help. And guess what? God always listens. God chose a brave and strong man named Othniel to be their rescuer. Othniel was actually the nephew of another famous hero, Caleb. Even before this, Othniel had shown how courageous he was. He had conquered a tricky city called Sefer, and for his bravery, he got to marry Caleb's super smart daughter, Aksa. How cool is that? Now, back to the big rescue mission. The Bible tells us that the Spirit of the Lord came upon Othniel. This means God gave him special power, wisdom, and courage. It was like getting a divine superpower filled with this incredible strength. Othniel led the Israelites into battle against a big, mean king. And you know what happened? Othniel won. He totally defeated King Cushan Rishathaim and set the people of Israel free. It was a huge victory because Othniel was such a great and faithful leader. Something amazing happened. The land had peace for 40 whole years. Can you imagine? 40 years of no fighting, just everyone living happily and peacefully. That's longer than most of you have been alive. Othniel's story is so important because it was the very first time. This happened in the book of Judges. It set up a pattern. The people would wander away from God, they'd get into trouble, they'd cry out for help, and God would send a hero, a judge, to save them. Othniel was the very first hero in that cycle. So, what can we learn from our hero Othniel? First, he was super brave. He wasn't afraid to stand up against a powerful king because he knew God was on his side. Sometimes we face things that seem big and scary, like a test at school or trying something new. Othniel shows us that with a little bit of courage and faith, we can face our giants too. Second, Othniel was obedient. When God called him to lead, he said yes. He trusted God's plan, even when it might have seemed impossible. Listening to God and to our parents and teachers who guide us is a super important quality. Third, Othniel's leadership was all about relying on God's power, not just his own. He knew that the special Spirit of the Lord was what made him strong enough to win. It reminds us that we don't have to do everything by ourselves. We can always ask God for help and strength when we need it. And because of his faithfulness, Othniel didn't just win a battle, he brought peace. He helped the people remember their promise to God and live in harmony. Good leaders don't just solve problems, they help make the world a better, more peaceful place for everyone. Othniel's story is a fantastic reminder that God can use anyone to do amazing things. He wasn't a king's son or someone everyone expected to be a leader. He was just a faithful and brave guy who trusted in God. God saw his heart and chose him to be a hero for his people. This teaches us that no matter who we are, we can be leaders in our own way. By being kind, by being brave, by helping others, and by trusting in God, we can make a huge difference in the world around us. Just like Othniel did. His legacy as the first judge of Israel is all about courage, faith, and the incredible peace that comes from following God. So, next time you read the book of Judges, remember Othniel, the first superhero judge who started it all. He's a true example of how one person, with God's help, can change everything. What an inspiring story! Thanks for joining me on this amazing journey into the past. I hope you love learning about Othniel as much as I did. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more awesome Bible hero stories, and share this video with a friend who needs a little dose of courage today. See you next time, and God bless!